Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today I wanted to talk about how do I get rid of the problem, right? That problem could be any number of things that I see come across my desk a lot. It could be pain, fear, anxiety, other symptoms, depression. Could be any other symptoms, whether it be insomnia, whatever it may be that you're struggling with. But how do we get rid of the problem? Because a lot of people are coming to me going, Dan, how do I fix this? How do I get rid of the fear? How do I get rid of the anxiety? How do I get rid of the pain or the other symptoms? How do I get rid of depression? And so I'm going to talk a little bit about my thoughts, my opinion, right? And that's all I've got for you is my opinion, right? No doctor, no therapist, no fancy initials after my name on a business card. I'm a regular guy who just talks about this stuff because I'm fascinated by it all. I got 56 years of life experience and a good number of years working with people, interacting with people. So let's take a couple of deep breaths and then I'll get into my thoughts on how do we tackle these problems, so to speak. Breathe in the wellness. Oh. Amazing how when you take a deep breath, all of a sudden the body wants to yawn. Breathe in the peace. Exhale the chaos and the noise. Breathe in the serenity. Exhale the crisis. So, a lot of people talk to me about these various problems, whether it be pain, other symptoms, fear, anxiety, depression. I'm kind of like, Dan, how do I fix this? How do I solve these problems? And I'm of the mindset that the more we focus on the problem in a resistant way, the bigger we're making the problem, right? I often say, whatever we focus upon gets bigger and tends to magnify. So if all you're doing is focusing on these problems, they tend to grow and magnify. They get bigger. And so if every time you feel some anxiety, you go, oh my God, how do I get rid of this anxiety? I better look up. How do I fix anxiety? What do I do? What do I do? We can give ourselves anxiety attacks and sometimes even panic attacks trying to get rid of this thing called anxiety, as opposed to learning that it's not actually dangerous. It's not fun. It's not comfortable, but it's not actually dangerous in and of itself. So focusing on a problem and deciding that getting rid of that problem. Whew, there we go. I need a nap. I should take one after this video before my next coaching call. But the more we focus on a problem, the bigger it gets, the more importance it takes on, the more significance it has. And what I've been trying to teach a lot with regard to pain or other symptoms, other health symptoms, is that once you've determined that they are mind, body, and nature, meaning they're based on perceived dangers, stress, tension, fears, and not necessarily a true illness in the body or a damage in the body. Once you know that, we can kind of take this set of symptoms that you may have or sensations and shrink down the significance of it from this monstrous thing to, okay, I know I'm actually okay physically. Now, don't buy into the belief that, well, if you're okay physically, that must mean you got a mental or emotional problem. You don't have that either. You have a brain that's overprotective. You have a brain that's hypervigilant, always looking out for danger. And our job is to get it to go, shh, it's okay. I got this. I'm actually okay. Calm down. Right? So if perceived danger is what seems to bring a lot of this stuff on, then in my opinion, safety is the solution. Because if your brain's just hypervigilant, believing that, we're in danger, teaching the brain safety is absolutely the way to go. So I've got a whole series of videos on how to do that. One's called Consistent Messages of Safety, 24 examples. Look for that, and if somebody reminds me, I'll link it below in the comments. But it's a matter of reminding yourself, and in many cases over and over and over again, that you're actually well. Your brain believes what you think and say most often, so you darn well better make it something good, right? And people be like, oh, I don't have time to do that. You're doing it anyway. You're just sending the wrong message. You're sending the I'm broken message, my body's messed up message, how can I fix this message, what's wrong with me message, how come I don't feel like I'll ever get better message. Well, it doesn't take any more time to flip the script and go, no, it's okay, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be fine. Actually, it should take less time, because the more you do this, the less you're going to ruminate on fixing and solving the problem, which keeps you focused on the problem. Now let's talk about the brain a little bit. Neuroplasticity is how the brain forms these neural pathways, and the more we focus on something, the more those pathways become connected, right? Neuroplasticity. So we don't get rid of what is connected by focusing on it more. We get rid of it by focusing on it less so it can let go. My analogy was, took 2 years of Spanish in high school, was not a great student, didn't like it, but I learned it enough to graduate so my dad wouldn't kick my butt, right? But once I graduated high school, I did not have to focus on Spanish to get it out of my brain, right? Speaking Spanish more is not how I forget Spanish. By focusing on my college classes and new things that I was interested in, my brain automatically disconnected those neural pathways, or at minimum, stopped utilizing them and started creating new pathways for the new things I was learning and focused on. So this stuff doesn't work any different. The more you focus on fixing your pain, your symptoms, your anxiety, your fears, your depression, your insomnia, whatever challenges you're currently running into, the more you focus on the problem, the more the brain is going to go, that's important. So what do? Focus on what you want. Focus on the outcome you would like. And be okay if it doesn't happen right away. This is not a light switch that we can flip and be better instantly. But the more we focus on what we want, the brain's eventually going to get the message. Hey, they're focusing on whatever, right? Feeling comfortable. Being able to sit, walk, run, jog, exercise, sleep, right? And so I just had a really nice success story. If you haven't seen it, look for it. I posted it on Facebook and also in the community section on YouTube under my channel. And it was about a gentleman who utilized the concepts I teach about safety to really overcome his, in his words, crippling anxiety that he had for 4 to 5 years. So, last little bit on depression. I don't think depression it's horrible. It's extremely overwhelming. But I think depression is deep, deep sadness, plus it's wrapped up in a big bow of hopelessness. And so if you are depressed because of the state of your physical body and the symptoms and the sensations and pains you're experiencing, number one, recognize it's temporary. There is a way out. I can help you get there, as can many other TMS mind-body experts out there. I'm not the only guy. But there is hope. So instead of trying to focus on your depression to figure out how to fix your depression, why not focus on the underlying problem, which might be the pain or the other, conditions you have that are causing you distress and despair, and not even by focusing on them, but teaching your brain that those things will take care of themselves once the brain doesn't feel in danger as much. And so it's all about perceived danger, which means the solution is all about creating safety. So I like to simplify it as much as possible. Is it more involved than that? Sure. But if we can keep it simple, it becomes so much more attainable to you and everybody else. And so I really try to simplify it as much as possible. Focus on safety. Focus on what you want. The problems will kind of resolve themselves when you no longer are staring at them with resistance all day, every day. Because again, whatever we focus upon grows and magnifies, gets bigger. So if we want them to shrink, we focus on them less, and that works perfectly in line with neuroplasticity and how the brain wires and unwires itself based on what we're placing our attention on. So we've got Finn was just about to visit me. Psst, psst. Here he is. Hey, buddy. Let's see if he comes up. Nope. Anyway. So, how do we get rid of the problem? By not giving it as much attention. Focus on what you want. Focus on the outcome you want. There he is. Focus on joy. Focus on good stuff. And now he's going to try to eat that fake plant behind me. I don't know why he does it. It's fake. Must not taste too good. So, what do you guys think of this? Comment below. Let me know if you think this concept on how to get rid of a problem by giving it less significance, less attention, and less priority. Let me know if you think that's going to be helpful for you. I believe it will be. And for those people who say, "Oh, you should get Finn in the video more," this one's for you. He decided to show up today. So, love you guys and gals. Finn wanted to say hello, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.